Did you mute everyone?
And mute everyone. We'll just edit this part out. No. Yes. All right. So, welcome everyone to Sky Yoga. Uh, my name is Charles, and I am Stephanie's husband, and she is a student tonight, and I get to be a teacher. So, we're really going to start at the top, and the routine is going to be very similar to what she does, even with our 45-minute time. The two things, though, that I'm going to really pay attention to and encourage is looking at effective breathing and also having relaxed neck and shoulders. So we're going to be starting with taking a bit more time to examine those in a bit more depth and looking at the exact technique that I'm going to recommend. These are similar to the pranayama techniques that we've done in the past. And then I'm going to, throughout the practice tonight, remind you to breathe and remind you to relax your neck and shoulders. In my opinion, this part of the practice, the breathing part, is not only one of the most important parts, but it's also something that you can take, and I really encourage you to take with you for the rest of your day. And because you can't always do a yoga pose during the day, but you can almost always find a time to just breathe. And there's also a lot of good science that of how beneficial breathing is, including some research I'm looking into on looking at clinical research on pranayama. So let's go and get started. Just in whatever comfortable position you're in. When we breathe, the diaphragm, which is shaped kind of like a little parachute, pushes down. It gets pulled down by a muscle connecting the diaphragm to the back. And with that pulling down, that actually pushes the internal organs down as well. So in order for you to have full belly breathing, what is called in yoga belly breathing at times, that really requires relaxing the core. So this area really relaxes, and especially think about your back and the sides relaxing. So right around here, and when that fills, it's going to fill 360 degrees, expanding out all the way like a bottom of a barrel. Contrary to that is what happens in the chest. The intercostal muscles, the muscles between the ribs, engage, and that expands the rib cage, creating even more space in the chest. And breathing is when we create that space in the chest, and then creates a vacuum, and the lungs expand. So the lungs don't expand your chest. The expanding of our chest causes the lungs to fill. So starting the breathing and just paying attention to it, imagine the breath coming in as if you're filling up a water balloon. And the air comes through your body and all the way down and fills the bottom, the lower half of your body. And you sink into the ground even more. And when that fills, your upper chest expands. And then you breathe out the opposite way. So we're relaxing the lower body. And that means your belly puffs out a little bit, and your back puffs out, your lower back puffs out, and your sides puff out. Now we're going to move into Bhastrika breathing. And what this is actually more rapid breathing. You're going to breathe into about a count of 2. and breathing out to about a count of 4. So breathing in and out. 1, 2, 3, 4. In, 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 out. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's not very many, but it gives you a sense of that movement. And then Ujjayi breathing can be done a few different ways. Primarily, you breathe in for we'll do a count of 4, and then you wait at the top. Don't hold your breath. Don't close your throat. Instead, keep your mouth slightly open. And when you breathe in, just touch the tip of your tongue just to the very front of the roof of your mouth. That'll close off so that you're breathing through your nose. And then you'll wait for a count of 5. And then drop the tip of your tongue to bottom teeth and exhale out through the mouth. And here's where I'm going to recommend doing something differently than most yoga teachers do. And that is when you exhale, make as little sound as possible. So don't close like so. Open as much as you can. Because anytime we're making sound, by definition, that means we're actually interfering with our breathing. And I don't want us to do that tonight. So I'll count it out for you. Breathe in. 1, 2, 3, 4. Wait for 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Out for 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. In. 1, 2, 3, 4. Wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Out for 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. In. Remember to fill from the bottom. Wait. What's tense as you wait? Let it go. And out. Feel yourself emptying out and sinking into the floor. In. 1, 2, 3, 4. Wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. In. Wait. Out. Okay, good. We're going to be doing that again, but let's look at relaxation. What does it mean to be relaxed? We think we know the answer, and most of the time we do. What it means to be relaxed is actually relaxing the muscles. And the muscles relax when the nerve impulses are no longer hitting them, so that the muscle fibers lengthen. So let's get a feel for what it means to be relaxed, because this is the feeling that we want throughout the practice whenever I say relax or release or let go. They're all code names for relaxing. So tighten up your arm muscles all the way up to your shoulders. Just grip really tight, really hard. Do that nice deep breath and let it out and relax. Because by doing that, we're peaking the nerves. And now the nerves are not sending those signals. Again, tighten the muscles, really grip them. Tight as you can make it. All the way through. Just isolate though, not the rest of your body. Your neck's relaxed. And breathe out. Relax. This is the feeling. This is relaxation. And so the breathing again. When you breathe in, and when you wait at the top, I'll call it out. Look to the right. Is your shoulder and neck relaxed? Look to the left. And then breathing out again. So breathing in. 1, 2, 3, 4. Wait. Look to the right. Look to the left. To the front and out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. In. 1, 2, 3, 4. Look to the left. Look to the right. To the front and out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. One more time. In. 2, 3, 4. To the left. To the right. To the front and out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. From here on out, when I say relax, relax the neck and shoulders. And when I say breathe, full breath into the belly, all the way up through and then out, and feel what relaxes with you. So neck rolls, small ones. Start at the top of your head and do very small circular motions, balancing the head on top of the neck. Not big motions, small ones. This is a warm-up, about the size of a silver dollar for all of us who remember those. And notice as you're moving in that small circle, how does the rest of your body move? What happens when you take that full breath? And reverse direction. Deep breath. Relax the neck and shoulders. And come to a nice stopping point, poised over your head, or your head is poised. And now just drop the ear to the left. Let gravity do its job. Full deep breath. I do these stretches about 30 seconds. Gently come back up into center. Notice how that felt. And now to the right. Breathe and sink into the floor. And gently and attentively come back up to center. Now look to your left. Look to the angle, 45-degree angle, and now look down. And feel that stretch down down from the neck down into the shoulder blades, shoulder blade. Many of us spend hours each day looking at a computer. This reduces the impact of that on our bodies. And bring yourself back up, looking at the angle, come back to center, gently look at the other 45 degrees and down. Every once in a while, when you take that deep breath in, just wait at the top. And exhale. And raise your head back up and looking at the front. Arms out to the sides, palms facing up. Bring the hands up, palms together. Deep breath. And let out. Interlace your fingers and raise your hands to the ceiling. Now we're going to look to the left, but we're going to move the torso first. So turn the torso to the left. When I say the torso, I'm sorry, let me try that again. Start with your waist and your hips. Turn your waist to the left. The waist moves the upper body. So you feel that twist. Instead of twisting with the head first, move the waist. And that moves the whole rest of your upper body. Sink into the ground. What changes when you're in a pose? Back to center. And again, moving the waist first to the right. Relax your neck and shoulders. And bring yourself back facing the front. Hands come down. Some of these are abbreviated. Need to be conscious of our time. Take your palms behind, or sorry, keep the palms facing forward. Thumbs are up. Take the arms behind you. And here, the goal is not to get your hands together. Keep your head poised and balanced on top of your neck. And with those deep breaths, can you still look to the left? And can you still easily look to the right? And can you still gently come back to the front? Bring your hands in front of you. Give yourself a little hug. It's my favorite part, actually. And then open your hands. Turn the thumbs down. Bring your hands behind you. Bring your palms together, not just your interlacing fingers. Bring your palms together and lift up. But again, even in robin's breast, are you sitting upright? Sure, your hands will be down further. It doesn't matter. Sit upright, sink into the floor, and look to the right. And look to the left. And look to the front. And are your thighs relaxed? And are you only engaged as much as you need to be? Open the hands. Bring your hands back overhead, palms together. And keeping your right arm against your right side of your head, take your left hand down until it is palm down. And you're just here, but the arm is still right against your head. And now bend that left elbow. Only as much as you feel like you can. This is just a side bend. Take that deep breath and feel how it feels to breathe so deep into your belly and into your part of your body that's stretching. Feels good. And on the next inhale, push up. Bring the hands together and other side, hand down. Arm against the side of the head. Bend the right elbow. This is seated triangle. And on the inhale, come back up. Hands together, arms down. And go ahead, and if you're on a bolster like I am, then just put it off to the side. Come around into tabletop. And we're going to do some cats and cows. We're going to do them definitely different than what we've done before. Oh, I like the way Stephanie's is so cushy. Oh, this is nice. Okay, so in tabletop, I like to go from cow to cat because a cow is a back bend and a cat is really a forward bend. And I really like to always finish a back bend with a forward bend, but not finish a forward bend with a back bend. So here we are. Push down with your belly button. Make sure the rest of your body's neutral. Isolate this movement. Push down with the belly button. And now pushing down with up to the middle of the back. Pushing down with the top of the back. But the head is still neutral. You should still be able to look from side to side. Nice and easy. And now tuck your chin and lift your chest until you can't lift the chest anymore, but your back is still pushing down until you have to look up with your eyes. And now reverse that, relaxing, relaxing, relaxing. That's an active cow. Drop your head so that it's relaxed, hanging, and start bringing your belly button, pushing your lower back up to the sky. But make sure that your head, your neck, stays loose through this entire movement. You start curving up through your abdominals, your middle back is curving up to the sky, and then your upper back, but you can still nod your head back and forth until you're in full angry cat, but the angry cat still has a loose neck. Deep breath and out, and then relax back down. And for the cat and cow moving, this will be fun. Do that same cow. Just nice and smooth, go down into your cow. And now bend your elbows. We're doing a reverse, cow into cat. So you bend your elbows, and now your forehead is on the floor, and now you're pushing back all the way back into your heels, and now starting to arch the back and coming around into the high cat. Head are still relaxed. And one more time, going around. Drop into that cow. Continue to sink into the floor. Pushing back. Elbows are on the ground now. Pushing all the way back into the heels. Extending the arms. The upper back curves really nicely. You're in cat. And now back into a nice neutral position. And thread the needle. So starting with the left hand. Bring the left hand high. Look at it. And breathe. One more breath. And now bring it down and through. Right hand on top of left hand. Extend out. And in this position, make sure that your elbow, that your shoulder, the shoulder that's on the ground, isn't hunched up to your ear. Actively take it down as if you were just dropping your shoulder. So not hunched, down where it normally would be. Extend the hand out and then put it behind you. Classic. Deep breath in and out. Feel how your body moves in this position. What are you holding on to that you don't need to? Let it go. This is your chance. Now put your right hand next to your face. Gently push up. I find this can be really hard on the neck to unwind the neck from that position. And take that left hand all the way up to the sky. And again, look at it, deep breath. And out. McLeod just took a deep breath too. And hand back down into tabletop. Other side. Right hand goes way up into the sky. Reach up. Deep breath. Down. Deep breath again. Exhale. And scoop through. Make sure that shoulder is not hunched up. Reach out. And wrap that arm behind you. Breathe and relax. Left hand goes right next to your face. Gently push up. Unwind. Right arm comes back up to the sky. Deep breath in. Exhale. Bring that hand back down. Okay. Now we'll move into kickstand. It's another one we're going to do slightly differently. So take your, let's see if I can get myself in a good position here. Take your right leg up from your tabletop position, and as Stephanie always says, flex your leg so that your heel is pushing back. Really just push that heel all the way back. And now out to the side, and make sure that your foot is in line with your knee, no further than that. It could be behind that if that's more comfortable for you, but don't take it further. Gently come back, sit back onto your heel. And in this position, go ahead and let your right leg relax. So when it's relaxed, that means it's not going to be flat on the ground. The sole won't be flat, and the toes will actually come up a little bit. And now you can reach out and grab the ankle or the toes like I finally can. I couldn't do that before. And if you want more stretch in the hamstrings, then what you can do is actually move your torso or your upper torso over toward the foot that's extended. And you can bring your elbow over as well. So your elbow is always directly above your shoulder, your left elbow. But only do as much as you can do safely today. The goal of the posture is the stretch, and you only get that stretch if the leg is fully extended, not bent. Deep breath. Oh, that feels so good. And breathing out. Feels good to me. Maybe it feels horrible to you. I hope not. Okay. Now let go. Walk yourself back out to where you're going to need to be for tabletop, and then bring in the foot. So typically when you come out of a pose, out of an asana, you come out of it the opposite of the way you went into it. Push the left heel back. Really push it back. And then out to the side, in line with the knee. Sit back. Reach out. And sink into this pose. There's 3 muscles behind your thigh that make up the hamstrings group. There's your femoral biceps, the semimembranosus and the semitendinosus. So there's a heck of a lot going on there that can be stretched. Deep breaths. How's your neck and shoulder? Still nice and easy to move? If your neck and shoulder are tight, By and large, the rest of your body gets tight too. It inhibits movement, inhibits freedom of movement. Okay, now reverse all that, come back out into tabletop. Let's have some fun with Drunken Cow, because drunks are always fun. From tabletop, come down so that your forearms are on the ground. Okay, and do your Drunken Cow this way. Go ahead and do your circles. What's different from this position? How can you move differently? What happens to your breathing? And reverse at any time. In fact, the beauty of Drunken Cow is that it's non-prescriptive. You move however you want. You can put your arms in different positions if you want. Nothing wrong with that. It's an exploration. Okay. All right. And come to a nice stopping point there. Come back up to tabletop. And then come on back, come on down, lying down, face down. We're going to do a low back exercise. That's probably all we're going to have time for. Well, we might be able to go a little further. I really want to do a little low back work. So from the low back position, I want everyone to put their hands on your low back. This is the lumbar muscles, the quadratus lumborum. And the thing is that these muscles are not really meant to lift us. They're really meant to help keep the spine and the spine connected to the hips and keep it upright. So they're kind of like ropes that you would put on a pole in order to keep the pole facing up. But we can still strengthen this, and one of the ways that we can do that is through lifting up the chest from this position. To gain the most strength, to work those muscles the most independently, when you lift up with the chest, you want to keep your gluteals and your legs muscles not engaged. That's really difficult. So go ahead and lift your chest. Feel those lower back muscles engage. Come off the ground. Your elbows are going to probably just stay on the ground, but you're only going to come up maybe a few inches. If you're coming up much more than that, ask yourself, check, are my legs tight? Are my muscles engaged in my legs? How about my glutes? How much can you only engage your lower back muscles? It doesn't matter how high you go. What matters is in this position, and we're staying up. This is not an up and down, so that you can feel what muscles you're really engaging. What matters is that you know what muscles you're working. Deep breath. And out. Again. And out. And relax down. If you're like me, that was pretty intense. And I found that I was still holding my leg and gluteal muscles a lot more than I needed to just to work those back muscles. But to protect our backs, we need to actually use our glutes and our legs. That's part of protecting our back muscles. So again, from this position, engage your glutes, tighten them up, and lift your legs off the ground. Your head's down, your chest is down, and you're still going to feel your lower back muscles engage. Really tighten up your butt and even the backs of your legs. These need to be strong. And again, deep breaths. and gently down. Okay, coming close to the end, come on over onto your back. And we have just enough time to do recline pigeon. So lying on your back, take your left ankle, put it over your right thigh, toward the top, toward the knee, but not on it. And we'll push with your left hand, push the left knee away and feel that and take that deep breath, filling the lower part of your body all the way up. What are you holding? How's your neck and shoulders? And let go, release that, reach through. You may need to raise up a little bit, engaging the abdominals. Reach around, grab your, interlace your fingers, and just lie back. Your shoulder blades and your shoulders are on the ground. If you want or need more stretch here, pull your elbows toward the ground, as if there were strings on the bottom of your elbows and someone was just pulling them with ropes that are through the floor. And if you want a little bit more stretch or experiment, take that right foot. You're holding onto the right leg right now, and just take it to the right until you feel your glutes, the muscle in your glutes engage. That's your piriformis muscle. And that actually is part of a little muscle group that surrounds the sciatic nerve. And when all that gets too tight, it can lead to sciatica. So this is a nice stretch to help reduce that. Deep breath. I can really feel that down in those muscles. Okay. Let the control the movement of the foot going back down to the ground. Bring your other foot to the ground. Right ankle goes over left thigh. Push the right knee away gently. We're supposed to be nice to ourselves. Reach through. Interlace. Bring the leg and the knee back towards you. Move that left leg around until you feel the muscles getting stretched in the right part of your gluteals. Again, pull down with your elbows toward the ground. How's your neck doing? Can you move it side to side without hurting yourself? And let that go. Both feet on the ground. And you can extend, find your Shavasana position, extending out maybe. Whatever protects your back, whatever you know is comfortable for you. Shavasana is when you absorb your practice. It's when your brain absorbs everything that was done. And it's when you really get to enjoy re-experiencing what you've just done to take care of yourselves. Bring your attention to the center of the to the center of your back, and feel the relaxation spreading out from there. Warmth spreading out from the lower part, from that part of your back, to your lower back, to the middle of the back, spreading out to the upper back between the shoulder blades. Feeling your whole back lengthen out like a pancake. And notice how when you take your breaths, that your neck and your head move in response to that. You don't hold them in place because the ground supports them. And now that relaxation and that warmth travels up through the center of your torso to your solar plexus, the network of the sun. And again, the warmth just expands out from there, warming and relaxing into your belly, where we feel in our bellies, and out to the ribs and the muscles on the sides of our body, of our chest, and up into those intercostals that have been working so hard. Up to the pectorals and the tops of the shoulders. Feel where your glutes and your bottom meet the floor. Check in with your legs as this warmth travels down both legs. How warm that is, as if two people were just running their hands down your legs, hot hands that soothe them, and the muscles just melt into the ground and sink all the way past your knees, into your calves, down into your toes. How does that feel on the soles of your feet? And continuing to feel the warmth in your chest and in your legs and in your ankles and in your feet. Feel it moving down your shoulders into your upper arms and into the elbows and into the forearms, sinking into the ground and into the hands that we work so much during the day, through the fingers. And now up into your neck, into the base of the neck, right where the jaw meets the skull. And maybe your jaw just opens a little bit. And when your jaw opens just that little bit, you feel your whole neck and your whole body relax in response. And your forehead is smooth. And you feel the air moving through your throat. And now move into whatever is good for your back. Start wiggling a little bit. Breathe and be gentle. Notice how you're moving. Don't go back to how you were moving before. Go forward to how you can move now. And on your own time, but over the course of the next 30 seconds, because otherwise we'll just be here all night. Move into the side, roll to your side, smoothly and beautifully. Rise up, pushing up. Feel the weight of your body until you're in a seated position, seated asana. And however you want to give gratitude, you can. I'm grateful that I got to work with you tonight and that you decided to work with me. Hope you enjoyed it. Namaste. Well, you can unmute yourselves. And if anyone has comments, I'll stop recording.